So you guys might ask why. Why do women crave heartless men who show little to no emotion? Why? The reason because of this is this gives women something to work for. She has to unravel certain layers about yourself. And she feels that's a challenge. Rather than a man who is emotionally open, predictable, too nice, too kind, too loving, too empathic. Very predictable guy. But the emotionless man who is calm, stoic, to himself, doesn't attach himself to anybody easily. This gives something women to work for. This gives women something to work for, I should say. It's a little bit late. I've also been yelling all night long. Got a bit of a headache too, to be honest. Colorado Avalanche won 4-0. This video will be posted probably the next day, but sick win tonight. Gabriel Landeskog comes back from a 3-year injury. Captain of the Colorado Avalanche, snipes top shelf. 4-0. Colorado Avalanche over the Dallas Stars. But anyway. Yeah. Women crave emotionless men who show little to no emotion. You can turn that on, you can turn that off, you can do whatever you want. But I'm telling you right now, you are more of a mystery when you're not so open and expressive. Because when you're open and expressive, and I'm not saying don't be like that. I'm just saying when you are like that, women get more of a read on you, and it's just sort of like, okay, this is how this guy is. It kind of turns her away, to be honest. It's almost like if you're acting up in front of a cat and stuff like this, what is a cat going to do? It's going to just turn around and walk the other way. But if you're just there, bro, you're just there. You're just in the house. You're just standing there talking to one of your friends. All of a sudden, his cat comes up, starts purring on you, starts touching and rubbing your legs and stuff, walking in between your legs, just going crazy. It's because you paid no attention to the cat. If you pay attention to the cat and you're being all emotional with it and stuff and showing a bunch of emotion, expressing excitement, expressing things, trying to get the cat, pet the cat, it goes away. Just like a woman. They go away. So if you're just kind of more to yourself, calm, composed, stoic, you don't talk unless you're saying something useful, and you're just to yourself, you just enjoy your own company, you enjoy your own time, you enjoy stoicism, solitude, just a man, the man's man. This gives women something to work for. This makes women more talkative around you. Because if you're the one that's being all expressive and exciting and stuff and going all crazy and stuff like this, and this annoys women. And I'm not saying don't be this way. You guys can be however you want. I'm just telling you how women are. That's the whole point. And how they think. There's a time and a place for everything, you know. You could be too calm, you could be too stoic. And she would say like, oh, you're boring, you don't express yourself enough, you don't do enough, you don't do this, you don't do that. And she might gravitate towards a guy that's more kind of extrovert, kind of a little wild guy, showing emotion, expressing emotion, excitement, thrill, all this kind of stuff. And that she'll like that for a second, but then too much of that, and she likes the calm guy again. She likes the stoic guy again who's not saying much. Why? Because he gives mystery and, oh, this guy, he got loud. We figured him out. So women like a wide variety of emotions. You could never be the same way with a woman. The worst thing you can do with a woman is bore her. That's the worst thing you can do with a woman. The worst thing a woman can do to a man is bore him as well. Because in ways, women can get boring, so can't men. So, I do believe women do lean towards craving the guys that show and express not as much emotion, because it gives them more of a mystery. And the whole cat analogy I already explained. The extroverted dude who's doing too much, who's being all over the place, the cats typically don't go to that kind of energy. It goes to the calmer stoic guy who doesn't even acknowledge that they're there. Like, you have to live your life, bro, as if women don't even exist, and watch how many come to you and hit you up and just say things. Like, you have to give off the vibe and the energy that you're not as excited to talk to her as she is with you. That's how it has to be. I don't want to sneeze. You have to give off the vibe that she is more excited, or you have to give off the vibe that you're less excited than she is. And it's not that you give off the vibe that you just don't care about her at all, like you're just get out of here type stuff. It's just lesser than her. Lesser than her. This shows high value in a man. This shows non-neediness, non-clinginess, non-emotion, and mystery. She wants to kind of get in there. She wants to find different layers of yourself. And I have had women come to me before telling me things like, I know there's more layers to you. I know this, and I want to figure it out and all this stuff. This gives them something to work for. And why is it like that? Because you don't just open your heart to every woman you talk to. So when women are coming in to your life, whether you're talking to them for a short amount of time or a long period of time, they're going to want to unravel certain things about yourself. That's a good thing, because if you just give it all and that's how it is and all that stuff, well, there's no more mystery. There's no more mystery at all. And there's not many women, bro, that I've ever even been with that I felt like I could just be fully open with. You're kind of closed off because it's like you just don't trust her. You're seeing things from her behavior that you just simply don't trust. And if you see it, bro. They're showing you red flags. Like, what else is there to understand here? And then they be asking you questions like, why don't you open up more? Why don't you do this more? Why don't you do that more? Because of you? Because of yourself? The thing is as well, you can't tell them that, but it's what you think. Women are very complicated, man. They're very complicated. It's just incredible. That's why it's almost not even worth dealing with anymore. It's like women just fail to realize today that all they have to do is be hot and show up and be likable and bring little bits of value. You don't have to do too much. You don't have to spit shine the house every week. You don't have to cook a 5-star meal every meal that you cook. You don't even have to cook every day. For me, I make a lot of my own stuff. I don't really care. It's not that hard. Sure, would it be convenient for a woman to cook some stuff? Sure. But I would rather, and I don't know if you guys agree or disagree, I would rather a woman obviously be hot, be good looking, right? Take care of yourself, and show up with a good attitude rather than cook and clean and do all this kind of stuff. I would rather that. I'll take that over you cooking and cleaning and you being a complete bitch. 100%. I don't know about you guys. That's what I'd prefer. And if she can do it all, you got yourself a good woman. 100%. Women don't understand how easy it is for them to be a good woman. And they still can't do it, bro. That's the crazy part. And you know what? It's not that hard to do it. They just don't want to do it. They could easily achieve that, bro. They could easily keep up with their looks and be hot. Cook and clean some, whatever. Benefit your life. Be good to you. They could if they wanted to. They just don't even want to. So, why should us men want to be the best man for you? Then why? Do you guys know what a power couple is? A power couple is a man who is on his purpose, who is on his mission, serving his purpose. And he's leveling up. He becomes more successful by the year, not only financially, but in every single way possible. And a woman is also playing her role. She appreciates her man. She respects her man. She's playing her role. She does things around the house that's beneficial, and she obviously shows up with a good attitude, and she's good looking. Fit, feminine, friendly. She can be those things. Most women can't even be those things. And I'm going to tell you guys something right now. I don't want a miserable ass woman in my life. My life is better without your misery in it. I know what it's like to date, to be in a relationship, and to live with a miserable woman. I'm good. My life is better without your misery in it. I don't need you to cook that much. I don't need you to clean that much. I can cook and clean myself. I can run my own stuff. I can do everything by myself. You can't even keep up with your looks and show up with a good attitude and bring some happiness and femininity and be friendly. Bro, if a woman can't even do that, get out of here. Get out of here. It's the juice is not worth the squeeze. And is a woman going to be perfect all the time and be fit, feminine, friendly? Well, fit, yeah, you should be that all the time unless you're pregnant. Is she going to be feminine and friendly 24/7, 100% of the time? No. And you know what? That's fine. But you better be that a much higher percentage of the time than not. Because you can deal with that, bro. Women have periods. Women are emotional. Women have mood swings. Women, yeah, you just get the point. But I would consider a woman feminine and friendly if she can be that way at least, 85 to 90% plus of the time. Because, it's not realistic for a woman to be feminine and friendly 100% of the time. But let's say the percentage is the opposite way around. Let's say she is not feminine and not friendly. She's masculine and rude. 85 to 90% of the time. And she's good 10 to 15% of the time. I'm good. I'm good without that misery in my life. My life is literally better without you in it. Literally. But you know what? If you're feminine and friendly and obviously fit and all that stuff, dude, 85 to 90% of the time, we'll get along just well. I can deal with that stuff. I can deal with some stuff, but I just choose to not deal with a rude woman who is that way 85, 90% of the time. You couldn't pay me enough. It makes you sick, bro. Trust me, I've dealt with it before. It literally makes you sick. It makes you ill. And it goes to show how ill they are. They're ill, bro. They're ill. You can't act that way and operate that way. And not be ill. You're ill. And I don't want your illness to rub off on me because energy is contagious. So, I'd take a woman that is a step below her in looks. A rude woman that's actually feminine and friendly a very higher percentage of the time. That's how important that is, because without it, it's useless. Without looks too, pretty useless. Because I have to like what I'm looking at. I have to be attracted to what I'm looking at, and it has to kind of, get me going. Because you could be as friendly as anything, but if I'm sitting there and I'm looking at you, and you look like a puffed up Casper the Ghost looking thing, then all puffy and shit, I don't know what I can do with that. I just, you can be as friendly and as feminine as you want, but if that's your look, then I don't think this is going to work out. Yeah. So it's all important, and it's not hard. It's not hard for women. It's much harder for a man. Because men have to have many traits. Many, many traits, bro. Women can have 3 damn traits. Fit, feminine, friendly. There you go. You've done it. You've passed the test. You have succeeded. But they can't even do it, bro, because they just want to be bitches today. They just want to act however they want, all rude and snob, and think it's cool and girl power. They can do whatever they want. Feminism. And then complain later on. Because they're all told to act that way. They're not told to be nice and feminine and friendly and all that stuff to a man. Women are not, bro. It's not being pushed today. Women are not being told to be that way today for men. They're being told to be rude and unlikable and masculine, and you're your own person, girl. You're just as good as a man, girl. You can compete with a man, girl. Don't let a man belittle you, girl. Don't let him be above you, girl. You're better than him. You're the same. That's what's being pushed. So that's why we're getting this behavior from women today. And it's why a lot of men are staying single. And you should be single if that's the women you're getting. You don't know who you know until you know them. You like, sometimes you deal with certain women and it's starting to go somewhere, and you figure out later on that, okay, this is starting to change. That's when things get real skeptical, bro. I've had women that I've talked to for a couple months, and all of a sudden, it was done just like that. One day come, done just like that. Why? Because her mask fell off. She exposed herself. She was actually masculine. Faking to be as feminine, and he's more feminine than you'd ever know. And she was more masculine and like arrogant than you'd ever know. And it's wild because I've never seen that behavior from a woman before. I have never been manipulated by a woman that bad before. Maybe I have, but this was just a different type of manipulation, because most women who are masculine go-getters and kind of like rude and snob and arrogant and think they're all this, they usually don't care enough to fake to be feminine. And I have had this happen once. I've never had a woman fake to be feminine for that long. And then end up being completely opposite. Like, it was insane. But it goes to show women will do just about anything to get their way. And all these experiences, bro, this is what's going to lead you to being kind of like a stone cold, heartless guy. That just... It's not even that you're just heartless. It's just you don't care anymore, bro. It gets tiring. Like, I'm tired. Like, that's just how you feel. Like, this nothing really excites you anymore because it's all just some BS. Like, bro, you really have to find the right person. You got to get lucky. That's the only way dating, a relationship that's going to be successful, and a marriage that's going to be successful is going to work. You have to get lucky. You really have to find the right person. And that's pretty far-fetched. It's possible. It's just, it's tough to find that. But it's possible. And it'll probably happen at some point. But, like, guys, we just all believed in the wrong things when we were younger. We thought, oh, it's going to be so easy to get a girlfriend that's kind of on our level, caliber type stuff. A good-looking woman. I'm a guy that has these traits, X, Y, and Z. I'm at this level, so I should be able to get this woman no problem. And, yeah, you can get them. You can get the hotter, prettier women and stuff, and I've done it myself. But it's like, bro, once you get to know them, it's a whole other aspect. We severely overlooked how hard it is to get something and to actually keep it going. That is what we have all overlooked. Relationships are so hard today. All this stuff is so difficult. And it gets tiring trying that many times. But my advice, you shouldn't stop. Because I think stopping is kind of like weak. You can take a break, but to completely just stop, I don't know, bro. You can learn from every experience, and that's what I do. I learn from every experience. And I believe this is what's going to lead to getting that one thing, and it's just going to be the perfect timing, the perfect storm. And it can happen. So I don't believe in quitting. I don't believe in throwing in the towel. Just learn. Be more strategic. Show up again. And you're showing up every time more intelligent than you were before. You can only get smacked around so many times. You can only get fooled in so many ways. And there was times I thought I saw it all, and I didn't. Because I was presented with a woman who literally faked to be feminine for months. And all of a sudden, all these masculine traits start to show, and it's like, what the fuck is this? This is not what I ordered. This is not what I signed up for. Why was you like this at first, and now you're like this? Why? Oh, your mask come off. Your mask slipped. Okay. Nice to know. See you later. I don't like this person that I'm seeing now. I don't like this person, or am I attracted to this person that I'm talking to anymore? You just wasted your time. You wasted my time. I feel stupid. You feel stupid. Because you're exposed. And I feel stupid for falling for this shit. That's what I'm saying, bro. Sometimes you think you saw it all. And something else happens, a different scenario, and it's like, wow. I thought I had it this time, and you didn't. This is where it gets tiring. This is when it starts to get tiring, but guys, that's not when you quit. You don't quit when you get tired. You got to keep chipping away, and you just got to keep learning from every experience, and eventually you're going to strike. That's all there is to be said. But anyways, guys, that is the video for this evening, and I shall see y'all in the next. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys, and come follow me on Instagram. The same username as this right here, Terry Joel Jr. God willing, God bless. We'll see y'all. Stop.